Hey everybody, movie reviewing story here, and I'm back with another review. And this time I saw Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. It's a 2004 action adventure film directed by Cary Conran, and it stars Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie, Giovanni Ribisi, uh, and Bai Ling. Oh, and Michael Gambon, and Laurence Olivier. I don't know exactly how many people to say. In this film, when gigantic robots attack New York City, Sky Captain uses his private air force to fight them off. His ex-girlfriend, reporter Polly Perkins, has been investigating the recent disappearance of prominent scientists. Suspecting a link between the global robot attacks and missing men, Sky Captain and Polly decide to work together. They fly to the Himalayas in pursuit of the mysterious Dr. Totenkopf, the mastermind behind the robots. So, what did I think of Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow? Well, this is a kind of a big film from my childhood. Well, more my teenage years, but still, this is a film that I've always I've always identified with in a way, because I love the old school aesthetic. I love these types of films in the vein of Flash Gordon, Indiana Jones films, especially the first three. And I think it gets down what it's trying to do and even more. But first, let me get to the cast. Jude Law plays Sky Captain, or uh, Joseph Sullivan. He's part of an Air Force team, private Air Force team. Um, I like Jude Law in this film a lot. I think he is right for the role. He has the look down. He has the way of speaking down. I think he just straight up works for the film. Gwyneth Paltrow plays Polly Perkins. She's a reporter. She's kind of spunky, kind of takes no shit type as well. Um, I like this character. I think Gwyneth Paltrow at times her acting does falter a little bit. She has a couple of lines that don't exactly come through in the way I think they should, but I do think she does a good job, and a good enough job. Angelina Jolie plays Frankie, who is a friend from Joe's past, who also a lover, I guess. They hint at that. Angelina Jolie in period stuff. I've heard a lot of people I know don't understand why I love Changeling so much, and they think that Angelina Jolie is a complete miscast in that. I don't exactly agree. I can see where they're coming from, but I just don't agree. It's cool that they disagree. Here, I think she actually fits quite well, and her acting isn't bad at all. I think she works for the small role that she was given. Apparently, this is what she did right after Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life, um, which I remember being pretty fun. But yeah, I think she works in this role. She can play a femme fatale. Giovanni Ribisi plays Dex. He's kind of the gadget guy for the Air Force team. I have always liked Giovanni Ribisi. He's been in films like Avatar, Saving Private Ryan, Virgin Suicides, Public Enemies. He's been in a million things. Um, Michael Gambon plays Paley. He's basically Polly's boss. Um, he's in a couple scenes. I think he's good. I like Michael Gambon. Bai Ling plays Mysterious Woman. This person is basically kind of a henchwoman for our main villain, Dr. Totenkopf. I think Bai Ling does a good job. She doesn't say a single word, which was interesting. And Laurence Olivier is Dr. Totenkopf. I can't really comment much on the performance because this isn't really a performance. It's they're using archival footage and a reconstruction of his face for the scenes where he's there, which are just supposed to be old clips of him And there's a story reason for that, and I'm not going to give it away, but um, it was still an interesting idea. But Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. How I originally came upon this movie, I'm not sure. I originally I had like a group of friends that would come over to my house not long after my dad had died, and their family were having issues, and we'd basically just hang out, play board games, watch movies together, eat together, and I miss that 100%. They were pretty much the only people that ever came over to our house. And this was one of the movies that we saw. And once I saw it, even like, I'd say it happened like 2012, 2013, around that time. It was still a young age for me. And I just remember how I felt when I first saw this film. Even though it was a movie from 2004 and clearly certain things in special effects or CGI had gotten better by that time, it still moved me. Like, I know it's not meant to be taken seriously as a drama or anything, but it is a movie where I experienced so many emotions watching it. It's it's a film that didn't deserve the low box office that it got. This film did cost quite a bit, but this is 100% a man's vision. This Kerry Conran person who the original teaser that he created was um, made using a blue screen set up in his living room and a Macintosh 2 Ci, which is not a new computer. At the time he made this, it was, well, I mean, back when he made it, it was um sorry about that. I haven't been feeling great. Um it's not, this guy's vision. We need more movies like this. We need more movies with interesting concepts because I have never seen a film like this since. And when I had seen it, I hadn't. Like, this is what we need more of in Hollywood. If we're gonna, like, do anything interesting, we need more people like Kerry Conran. We need Kerry Conran to come back and do something else, maybe in the same style. I don't know. But this was so much fun to revisit. And yes, some people might think my rating is too high. The way I do my rating system, I think it fits perfectly. I have not seen a film like this since, and I don't think I ever will again, because Hollywood is so bankrupt creatively and morally nowadays that you'll never get really something like this ever again. Because usually when a bigger budget movie like this comes out, you're usually expecting, oh, you'll see a director's name, but you won't see much of their style in it. Like, say Mission Impossible 1 with Brian De Palma came out before this. Brian De Palma has a very distinct visual style. In Mission Impossible, I saw none of his style. I saw no split diopters. I saw no race against time on a double screen. I saw no, other than the opening bits with the team failing their mission, the rest of the movie was just kind of whatever. Even though I enjoyed the movie, I felt like it had almost none of his distinct touches to it. So I with a film like this, it's nice to see someone actually get a budget and be able to get their actual vision out there, because this type of format, this I forgot what it's called, but this format of making an entire movie on a blue screen with minimal sets can work. People enjoyed Sin City. People enjoyed 300. There's a film from France called Immortal that's apparently really visually interesting. I have not seen it yet. I own it, and I will get to it at some point. But this film did something very interesting with that. It created this whole, like, world that feels lived in, it feels real. And even if some of the effects or some of the CGI doesn't 100% hold up, even if certain effects don't look that great nowadays, I still loved this movie. And it's nice to go back to a movie from my childhood and be like, you know what? No, I still love this. That's always a nice feeling. And I should go back to more movies that I remember from my childhood. Um, I mean, I'm currently doing the Mission Impossible series, and I think next one I'm gonna do is Mission Impossible 3. But still, it's nice to see something from my childhood that still holds up. But anyways, I should talk more about the movie. The movie itself, it's kind of hard to talk about because this is one movie that I wouldn't want to spoil anything from. Because if you haven't seen it and you're a fan of films like Raiders of the Lost Ark, like Flash Gordon, like movies that are trying to do like an old school aesthetic, then I think you'll enjoy this. If you don't mind a couple kind of wonky effects every so often, then I think you'll like this because the cast works. They fit with the aesthetic. They don't make me feel like it's not working, you know? Like it at no point in this was I like, oh, that's obviously like somebody from nowadays. It works to the point where I was genuinely moved at many points, and it. I fell in love with the world it was creating. There's so many nice moments of dialogue between Jude Law and Gwyneth Paltrow, and even Angelina Jolie. There's the action is very well done, even though pretty much all the explosions and gunfights are completely CGI, they still work. Because I buy into this world, I buy into this like kind of sci-fi diesel punk mishmash, and at no point was I like, oh, that's obviously fake for most of it because I was like, this is just fun. This is what movies used to be. You used to have adventure movies like Raiders of the Lost Ark, like Temple of Doom, like Last Crusade, like Flash Gordon, Star Wars, where you just go to the movies, you go to the theater, and you just sit there in awe, and you're enjoying what you're watching. This, and it's also not too long. It says on the back it's an hour and 46 minutes. It's actually like 10 minutes of that are credits at the end. But it is an insanely fast-paced film. It's very well-paced. It gets to the point very quick, and it doesn't beat around the bush with boring dialogue, characters that don't work. It's it's a movie meant to entertain. It's not trying to do anything else. It's not trying to make a statement. It's just there to be entertainment. And that's one of my favorite things about film. Yes, do I enjoy films that have like kind of a moral point or something like that to them when they're done well? Yes. But this film doesn't need that. And I think that would have made it like come off annoying or forced, and this doesn't need that. It's again, I know I'm kind of repeating myself because I don't exactly know what to say about it, but it's one of those films that you watch and you finish and you're like, wow, that was insanely entertaining, and wish more movies like this would be made. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but yeah, that was Sky Captain in the World of. That's my review of Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. If you've seen the film, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. If you have any recommendations, put them down there as well. And movie reviewer next door.